माया कुंडल निक्रिया मधुमती काली कला मालिनी मातंगी विजया जया भगवती देवी शिवा शंभवी शक्ति शंकर वल्लभात्रिनयनम वाग्वादिनी भैरवी ह्रींकारी त्रिपुरा परा परमयी माता कुमारित्यशी. So we start today's meeting, and last time we had completed 7 sutras of Āṇava Upāya, the 3rd chapter of Śrī Śiva Sūtras. So this time I'll have a little revision along with a picture which I have put it on the screen. This is called the Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. This picture will be shown now. So this is a picture. So what psychology is involved in this, that we have understood in last some of the lectures. We have done the Bhuta Shuddhi and all that. So we had seen the chakras. So in this case, Muladhara is the Ganapati. The picture of Ganapati is there where I am showing the arrow, Ganapati. Then Swadhisthana, there are the 4 that supports of the coach. So these 4 ones are Swadhisthana, Brahma, Manipura, Vishnu, Anahata, Ishvara, Agna, Sadashiva. On the coach, he is sleeping. And Sahasrara is Sri Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. So this is the presentation, pictorial. And what are the she is carrying in the hand? First of all, Shiva is the body and Lalita is consciousness. So all the chakras in our body, so we are actually with Shiva Shakti combination. Our body is Shiva and Lalita is the consciousness, and all the chakras are there. They are Ganapati, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishwar, Sadashiva and Lalita. So 6 chakras are there. And in her hands, there is Ankusha, that is God. It's symbolic of desire. We have to control desire, so it is Ankusha. Then Pasha. We are, as a human being, bound by a rope of noose. That is symbolic, and that is called as Maya. Maya means illusion of the world and illusion of your understanding of your own self also. You do not know what you are. That is called as Maya. Then sugarcane bow is, we can say, is the mind. Mind is a sugarcane bow, and the 5 arrows are tanmatras, which has been derived from Pancha Mahabhuta. So we had done Bhuta Shuddhi. So they are Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa and Gandha. So Bhuta Shuddhi starts from here. We have to clean up, then go to the mind clearing that we have already seen in the next sutra regarding the Man, Buddhi and Ahankar. Man means mind, intellect and ego. When this is clear, the next is Pasha, the Maya we have to cross. And after crossing the Maya, the desires are There are latent desires we have already discussed with Shuddha Vidya, Ishwar, and Sadashiv. So all of the Śiva Sūtra, all the things are embodied in this picture. So going to the next. Now, after this revision, we will go to the next sutra. We have finished 7 sutras. This is sutra number 8. Jagrat Dvitiya Kara. Jagrat Dvitiya Kara is, we have understood the process of Atma Jnana, that is Atma Vyapti, or a self-realization, which is called as microcosm experience, this bodily experience. Here, our level of consciousness is not as that of the limited individual entity, but it is in the true sense of a self-realization. After this stage, there are practices to develop our awareness of the consciousness to the universal level called as Shiva Vyapti, or the macrocosm level of experience. The universal level or a macrocosm level of experience is the unique. Here the world is viewed with a different perspective. Here the word Jagrat is used with the different meaning. Jagrat is ever awake. It means after the realization, the awareness to see the world as an extension of your own self. Due to your own right of consciousness, the world is projected by you. In simple words, the yogi looked the world before realization as a different from him, which is called as a dualistic approach. But after realization, he is aware that the world is a part and partial of his own self, non-dual or Advaita. Therefore, it is called Jagrata Dvitiya Kara. So next is, the same thing is looked with a different perspective. The first being of waking state. What is Jagrat? The word is the waking state. At an ordinary worldly experience where the person is an individual, becomes a subject and is involved with the world as an object. Both are looked as different entities. This is a dualistic approach, whereas secondly, the realized yogi experience is with the knowledge of the awareness that he is not involved, but the world itself is a projection of his own self. This is a non-dualistic oneness. So this is Jagrata Dvitiya Kara. This Jagrati is different. It's the realized Jagrati. The awareness or Jagruta means what the word, what we are seeing is the waking state, the same waking state. Then when we are awakened, it is from waking state, we are awake, and then after awakened. The next thing, the sutra, all the sutras are small because they are number 45. So small sutra and small tips are given by the sutras. They have all the commentators have expanded it, but sutras are very small. Next is Nartaka Atma, Sutra 9. What is Nartaka? Nartaka is an actor. An actor is supposed to do the acting according to the role is given to him and perform the best of his or her abilities. The whole drama is scripted and there is a director and producer of the drama. Different roles are assigned to the different actors. The best actor is a person who performs his role of the character, which looks real and gives impact on the audience. If an actor is happy, then the audience is happy. If he is performing a sad role, then the audience are emotionally sad. So this is a technique or skill of the actor. He clearly knows who is he. He himself knows that he is doing a role, but actually he is only doing as a role and he is a different person by himself. So, and whose character role is performing, he knows his own entity is different from the role he is performing for. So there was a discussion last time, I think before 2-3 of our discourses, that what happens when a yogi gets awake. So this is the answer which we had already discussed. So I'm repeating this. When a person is totally realized and has a state of Shiva, Shiva Vyapti or a universal consciousness, in this case, he is aware of his supreme consciousness, but lives like an ordinary person. He is bodily acting like an actor. He knows his role to play on the worldly plane without revealing his true self. He doesn't show that he is realized, but he knows that he is other than an actor. This way, he lives with his family and the worldly people. He is in the role of a father, he is in the role of a son, he is in the role of a husband, he is the role of a friend, he is the role of the colleagues in the office. So different role he is performing as it is, even if when he is realized. He will go to work and earn money like all other persons. He will act with the people having a normal behavior. The next is, in films or a drama or a dance, the name of the actor is different as per his role, and he has to dress up, give specified dialogue with the emotions and gestures. He is crying or happy as a script, but internally he knows his original self. The same is the case of the yogi. He knows that he has achieved the Shivatva, but he will never reveal to the same at the worldly drama which he has to perform. Words uttered by the goddess in the 7th section of Naivasya Tantra, entitled Goddess and the God as a Dancer. Actually, all of us are God, but we are doing different roles. Whether aware or not, we are doing our role. So the next is, one who has attained the Sahaja Vidya, has risen to the Unmana level, does not retire to a forest or a cave, but accepts his role in the cosmic drama and carries on the duties of life. Just as an actor in a drama plays a part of a certain character, but is neither affected nor deluded by the assumption of a particular role. So the self on the world stage is not affected by the events in which he participates in life. Inwardly, he is always detached. This is said by Jaydev Singh in his book. So this is Nartaka Atma. When he is doing the role, then where is the stage? The Nartaka Atma, this self of universal consciousness is one is who is aware, who is the actor in the universal drama. Those who are not aware are not actors. Without knowing, we do acting. They are played in this drama. They are not aware that they are doing drama. They experience sadness, they experience enjoyment, they experience joyful, they become depressed. But those who are aware, they are always elevated. They are real players in this drama. This is called by Lakshman Zoo. So the next is the realized person is totally aware of his own self, but he is experienced in living in this world like an ordinary person having sentiments like rasa, that is interest in the life. He assumes the role of limited self, or a very good example is guru comes to the level of shishya. So this is a limited self. Or a subject with gestures of his limbs without foregoing his own identity and works like in a cosmic drama through the activity of senses, desiring neither the desire to gain out of it or his detest. So in the cosmic drama, he has no desire to collect money or anything. But because he is detached, he is not concerned with money or gain or profit or loss. He is simply doing the acting in the world. When the whole world is asleep, only the highest Lord, the producer of the world drama, is awake. This is called in Ishvara Pratyabhigna. If the time permits, we will also study this. It's good from Kashmir Shaivism. This is very important. Then what is the stage on that we have to take the drama? Sutra 10, Rango Antaratma. Mental faculty becomes the stage for the acting. As an actor, right from dress to the emotional dialogue, along with the emotional gestures and the express his character role and the performs the art of creation, maintenance, persistence, absorption, restrictions, and grace. The actor's playground is his mind, where he has the judicial use of emotions, desires, planning, intelligence, and the self. So acting is not so easy. It's to do all the things with the full awareness. So next sutra is when he is doing the drama, then who will see it? Who is the audience? Here the Ranga Antaratma, the Ranga, Antaratma means what is the stage is your Antaratma. Mental faculty becomes the stage for the acting as an actor, right from dress to the emotional dialogue, along with the emotional gestures, expressions, expresses his role and performs the art of creation, preservation, restriction, raise. The drama is that of man, buddhi and ahankar. Now, Sutra 11 says, Prekshakani Indriyani. Who are the audience? Is our senses. The five senses organs such as eyes, ears, tongue, skin and nose are the audience as they feel, listen, see, taste, touch and smell the part of the light of consciousness. Because there is consciousness, they operate. Ordinarily, we think that the five senses organs are connected to the external objects of the world. We always think that the objects are seen by eyes, sound is listened by the ears, they are touched by the skin. And if food is there, it is tasted by the tongue and smelled by the nose. But in reality, is known by the yogi that only due to the internal power of consciousness, all the five senses can function as if they are the audience of the cosmic drama. So these five sense organs are just viewing the world as an audience. It means that the five senses were formally engaged to view the external world connected to the object only and whenever perceived by the man, emotion, buddhi, intelligence, and ahamkar, ego, that is I-ness, was having a limited perception. But after the yogi gets realized, his indriya senses work as a catalyst in two ways, externally as well as internally also. He is enjoying the drama of the world as a drashta bhava, that is a detached perception. So the next sutra comes. Dhi vashat sattva siddhi. Here, dhi is buddhi or intelligence. Vashat, controlled.
Dada, you need to change the screen.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
thank you.
Sorry. Dhi vasat sattva siddhi. Dhi, a buddhi, that is intelligence. Vashat means controlled. Sattva is a pure. Siddhi is an achievement. When the intelligence is controlled from rajasic, lavish or luxurious nature, and the tamasic, bad or malefic nature, then only it can be successful purification of the mana, mind, buddhi, intelligence, and the ahankar. The sadhana cannot be successful without sattvic guna or pure nature. So this is most important thing. First, we have dealt with the senses. Now we are dealing with the man, buddhi and ahankar. So this totally, it comes into the Puryashtak. The next slide is, in this verse, the word sattva means sattvika abhinaya, true acting. It is the real essence of acting. Though the attainment of the reality of his supreme intellect, this yogi achieves the state of sattvika abhinaya, where he feels. Sattvic abhinaya means good acting, best acting, where he feels and experiences that he is actually acting in this world. This differs from those yogis who are acting in the world in the state of rajas abhinaya, Lakshman Zu says. At the rajas abhinaya, acting yogi tries to be in public either for name, fame, or money. At the tamasic abhinaya, acting is by the drama of imagination. He just says, I have already got realization, and he will fool the people. This is tamasic abhinaya. The next is yogis possessing tamas abhinaya don't feel they are actually acting. They don't feel they are acting. They just do it like just a method. But this yogi means a yogi possessing the sattvic abhinaya, a pure yogi, is certain that he is truly acting as each and every person in the world. This state of sattvika abhinaya occurs only when that yogi who possesses the supreme intellect filled with the awareness of self. This is the intellect that is absolutely pure and skillful in perceiving its real nature. By directing that kind of supreme pure intellect, the reality of self takes place in an internal manner. This is called by Lakshman Zu. Now, next is yogi realizes the sattva, the light of essential nature of the self, through dhi. Dhi means the spiritual intuition. Just as an actor can act in a sattva, mental state, only through dhi, intellect or talent. So there is a very popular sloka in this. Angikam bhuvanam yasya vachikam sarva vangmayam aharam chandra taradi svam namami sattvikam shivam. So for each dance drama, in dances mostly they are chanting this sloka before doing any of the dance. Now I'll explain you Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya. So the first condition is Angika. Angika is appearance conveyed by bodily actions. The hero who is playing this part must affect the bodily action of the persons being portrayed in such a way that the spectator will feel this is actually the body of a person being portrayed and not the body of the actor. The audience must be thrilled in the perceiving that. These bodily actions are called Angikam Abhinaya. The second condition is Vachika. In Vachika is the appearance is conveyed by words. Here the audience must feel that the words they are hearing are spoken by the person being portrayed and not by an actor. It looks real, as if a character is speaking. Aharya is the third condition. In Aharya, the appearance is conveyed by the dress, and ornaments. These dramatic costumes must be worn in such a way that the audience thinks that these costumes are the actual dress of the person being portrayed and not the costume of an actor. The kind of acting which causes the audience to feel the costumes being worn are not really costumes is called Āharya Abhinaya. The fourth condition is Sattvika. In Sattvika, internal feelings expressed as an external manifestation, smiling and weeping, are convincingly conveyed. For instance, if his acting is Sattvika, then if he is sad, he will make all the spectators sad. If he is weeping, you will weep with him. If he is portraying sadness, then you will feel that he is actually sad and filled with misery, and you will also become miserable as sad. This is a way of Sattvika Abhinaya, is rendered by the players in the external drama. So this is what is called the So when this real nature is held by such yogi, then the next is, the sutra is Siddha Swatantra Bhava. The state of absolute independence is already achieved. Siddha means achieved Swatantra independence, and the state of absolute is independence that is omnipotent. The state of absolute independence. So this Swatantra Shakti, we have already referred to the Shiva state. This yogi acquires Swatantra, full freedom of will, knowledge and action, and acquires control over everything in the universe. Siddha Sampanna Swatantra Bhava Sahajagnatva Kartrum Svatmatkam Ashesha Vishwabashikari Swatantram. He is Swatantra, he is free, he is independent, and spontaneously he can operate by will, knowledge, actions, and acquire control over all the universe. Next is Sarva Tattvani Bhutani Mantra Varnasya Ye Smrutaha Nityam Tasya Vashante Vai Shiva Bhavanaya Sada. All the elements or tattvas, all the living beings, all the mantras, all the words, all the sentences are absolutely dependent and under the control of such yogi who has realized the reality of Shiva. Whatever he does and whatever he will do and undo. This is Swachhanda Tantra. He can do anything in the world. So this is a sentence from a Swachhanda Tantra. Sadhaka, either Siddha means Siddha is achieved. Swatantra Bhava means freedom which is of the form of inherent knowledge and activity and can bring the entire universe under control. As has been said by Nathapada, Śrī Yogeśvara Kantha of Tarakanath. Therefore, he has control over will, knowledge, and actions. So this is very important because it completes yogi has control of Shiva, Shakti, Sadashiv, Ishwar, and Shuddha Vidya. So all these things are there. Next is Sutra 14. All the sutras are very small. So in an hour we will cover so many. And already we have seen what our limbs and everything we have discussed at a very length, so you will follow it fast. Yatha tatra, tatha anyatra. As the yogi can manifest freedom in his own body, so can he be elsewhere. Yatra dehe yoginah swabhivyaktirjata tatra tatha तथा अन्यत्र सर्वत्र सदा वहितस्य तथा भवति तथोक्तं स्वच्छन्दे स्वच्छन्दस्यैव स्वच्छन्दः स्वच्छन्दो विचरेत् सदा. He can manifest as a different person at a different place also. He may be here, he may be there also. So I had seen such a person. In 1983, my Guruji had given one opportunity. I'll explain it very well. I was working in as a senior officer in National Textile Corporation, Maharashtra North. So in this, I had seen one advertisement of, at that time there was an ECTV and I had an interview to attend ECTV interview at Hyderabad. So I had told my Guruji I am going to Hyderabad to attend an interview. So he said, okay, then in Hyderabad, you go and meet Sri Krishnanandanatha at Domalgoda. So then he gave me a sweet box and said, give it to him. And there, from my Guruji, he has given a sweet box. So I had carried that, gone at that place, given the sweet box. And after that, he asked me so many questions. And he learned that I have finished all the mantra purascharanas. So he said, you are fit for the Purnabhishek. I didn't know all that. Tell your Guruji that that it is my order that you should give a Purnabhishek to you. I said, okay, I'll convey. Then he gave me a book of Āṇava. He said, when you are going, I said, tomorrow. So he said, take this book, you write it down and return it tomorrow morning, at tomorrow time, tomorrow. Before going, you return it. So I had been to the hotel and with the night lamp on for the whole one night, I wrote the whole Āṇava book. And next day I had returned back, came to Bombay, and told my Guruji. And he also gave me, along with, when I returned the book, he also gave me sweet, which I had to give it back to my Guruji. So Guruji got the sweet box from Hyderabad. So he was pleased. And then I had said, he told me to copy this Āṇava, and he has given a message that I should be given a Purnabhishek. So Guruji smiled, as he never says anything, he used to smile. Okay, we'll see, we'll arrange. In 84, after a year, he arranged my Purnabhishek. So this is the episode, and then my Guruji said that Krishnanandanath himself can exist at both the places. When he was talking with you, he was also somewhere else. So I had occasion to meet such a person, and I had asked so many small queries, and which I was not that matured to ask so big things. So I had asked small things. So that was my experience. So I have seen such a person who can project his body here also and elsewhere also. I think so many people must be knowing about it. So next slide. As the yogi can manifest freedom in his own body, so he can be elsewhere also. He is endowed with the power of omniscience. Swami Lakshmana says, he is always independent. He is independent here. He is independent there. He is independent everywhere. This is called in Swachhanda Tantra. Next is, whenever this yogi has experienced the reality of self in samadhi, that awareness is experienced by him in each and every aspect of external life. There is no difference for him in these two. Whether he remains in samadhi internally or outside samadhi in the external world, he is the same, and his experience is same. His realization of truth also remains the same. This is called by Swami Lakshmana Sūtra. Whenever this yogi has experienced the reality of the self in samadhi, that awareness is experienced by him in each and every aspect of external life. There is no difference for him in these two. Whether he remains in samadhi or outside samadhi, in the external world, he is the same, and his experience, his realization of truth also remains same. I think we have read this. Although he has utterly achieved the reality of independence, which is absolute freedom, he still must remain active for the whole of his life. He cannot just forget and be, now I already realized, I will sleep. Not that way. He has to remain active and to make the things very live. So should we go ahead, or we want to discuss anything?
I think
Anybody?
Any questions?
Jai Ambe, Jai Gurudev, Rakesh Bhai. Jai Ambe, Jai Gurudev, Dada.
Jai Ambe.
I just have one very naive question. I understood all about, like intellectually, all about what happens after the realization and, our journey after that. The question I have in my mind is why the universe was created in first place. Was it like boredom, amusement? It can't be those things, right? Because if we need to reach Shiva and Shiva is above all this, then what was the purpose of creation of the universe? And send us through to this journey to become Shiva once again.
Yeah, actually, after building the universe, you cannot cherish as you are one with the universe. So Shiva has made your existence with the Maya, so you are reduced to Maya, so that you can experience the universe as a different entity, because otherwise it is a replication of Shiva to Shiva only. If Shiva is there and he has created universe of his own projection, then both are Shivas. Then he cannot enjoy like that. So he has created a via media, he has replicated us. So
Right.
we are also one of the Shiva with a delusion of Maya, so that we are disconnected with our own self. And then we can experience the whole world as a different entity. So dualism is created because we can enjoy the world as a separate entity. We can have a different, emotions. We have got a different way of thinking. We have different way of behavior. So all differences. Just in the Chandi part, they say that all the vibhutis is mine. All the, you say, Brahmi, Maheshwari, vagere, all the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, everything is different deities are exactly, they are one. But the different entities are just, it's a projection of the one person only. So we are the projection of Shiva. We are also Shiva, but the Shiva has made us unaware that we are Shiva. There is only a drama, as we have explained before. So it is a drama, and dramatically, sometimes we forget that we feel we are the actor. Actually, inside us, there is a Shiva, and Shiva is the actor, and we are just projections. We are finding a different thing as a different entity. So dualism is prepared by the Shiva, that's why we can enjoy it. Otherwise, Shiva's projection is a Shiva only, and we are also Shiva. So everything is same. So there will be no, movement. There will be no movement, and the movement of this whole thing occurs because of the Shakti. That is what we call the consciousness. Consciousness is it is a kinetic and always a functioning. Otherwise, we would have become like Saundarya Lahiri's first law, that Shiva Shakta Yukta Nabhavati. They cannot do even the spanda. Shiva becomes only static. So we would have become static. So that differentiation of Shiva himself has created his own form as a world and the universe, and own form as our own self. And our own self has been reduced so that we can understand and we can enjoy the world. Otherwise, if all are regimentedly feel that we are Shiva, then we will not enjoy the world itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But Chirag bhai, it's like the way I say it also is that, like the other saying, there's Shiva. Everything needs to be created. There has to be a creation. If you are Shiva by himself, okay, why did you create? Why did you have children? Why did you create your lifestyle? Your family, your work. So creativity is something that is a must. I mean, it cannot just be static. So it's the same thing. You are Shiva, but you still create it, correct?
Right.
I don't know if I can say that. Right, Dada? I mean,
Yes, yes, yes.
who is
Perfect.
there? Hmm.
Perfect.
Thanks.
And
Jai
because
Vijay Guru.
we have a variety, yeah. So any next question? It's a very interesting question. So any more of the questions?
I don't think so, Dada. We've got 10 minutes or 9 minutes if you want to, if you've got any more sutras.
Yeah. I'll start the next sutra then. Sutra 15. Bija avadhanam. Bij avadhanam. Very small. Bija is the supreme energy of Shiva, that is Shakti. The main Shiva is Shakti is the energy, and the holder of energy is the Shiva. So it is the same thing. Bija, the supreme energy of Shiva. Avadhanam means we have to be very attentive, even in sadhana, whether realized or not realized. We have to be attentive and aware. When we are doing mantra, we should be attentive and aware. We should not think anything else. In this sutra, you are told to maintain a breathless awareness on that supreme Swatantra Shakti. Swatantra Shakti is what? You have a freedom. Even as a Shiva, you are there. And you have a freedom to decide whether to go on a medical line, go for engineering, whether to go for IT. We are Shiva, we are Swatantra to decide what we have to do. So this is Swatantra Shakti. So in this sutra, you are told to maintain breathless awareness. That is, after the yogi has realized, he has to keep the awareness of supreme Swatantra Shakti. He should not stop this. After a continuous practice, it becomes a spontaneous. Even the keeping your sadhana. Why we have to do mantras again, even after realization, or after even that, we have to become a self-conscious and all that. Because we have to make it in a way that things are very much spontaneous. It is not by the act of anything. So I have also said in the Bijavadhanam, Swami Lakshan Dhu explains, suppose you are given to the state of Samadhi, but you have not yet realized your real nature. Very important. Until then, you want to relax, take life easy, and rest and be at ease. This is what it happens in our sadhana. We are never serious. We want to relax in the life, make it easy, rest. So one has to be after it. So, but after you realize the reality of the self, you will naturally become active and you will remain active. You will never remain inactive. So 3 times he is writing. After realization, the cause of your being always active comes from above and you will remain fully active for the remainder of your life. It should become a spontaneous connection with your own self. And that's why it needs a practice. Sadhana is a practice. So that practice has to go on. Then the next sutra comes. Asanastha sukham hruday nimajjati. Nimajjati means immerse in the ocean of the heart. Hruday means consciousness. And without any efforts, sukham, Sukham means without any effort, spontaneous. Established there, asanastha, seated here. So this is written in a very different language because I am explaining the words. Now let us see it in a better way. It is not an ordinary asana or a seat. It means one has to establish easily into the supreme consciousness. You are seated in that posture when you hold and possess the supreme energy awareness. Then in each and every act of your life, you are aware. You are seated in that posture. Posture doesn't mean a physical posture. Your awareness has to be constantly there. This is called real asana, not the physical asana. It is that place you have to keep it aware. Supreme energy, you should hold it. So, next is, what does diving mean? In the diving into ocean of a nectar, he lets the impressions of the body, deha, of the breath, prana, of the 8 constituents, that is Puryashtaka, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and the void, Sunya, sink to that ocean, and he becomes one with the nectar. This is very nectar. This is the real way of diving. This is, I'll explain this with much more in words. Here we say, the yogi who lives as here it is written in a very big way. Actually, the posture asanas explained in the same thing I have already told. Yogi who is living side the efforts of asana, yogic exercise, pranayama, breathing exercise, dhyana, contemplation, dharana, meditation, simply remains in the posture with nothing left to do, aware of that he actually is. This is why the author has used the word sukham in the sutra, because effortlessly, these are all efforts. All what asan, pranayam, dhyan, dharana, all these are efforts. It should become effortlessly, means that without exercising any effort in respect of breathing or yogic exercises, contemplation or a meditation, he remains seated in that posture. Means he should be aware of his consciousness. So in an internal and not external, the way he perceives the reality of his embodiment of awareness, and without any efforts finally, to immerse himself in the ocean from the universe rises and expands. He dives in, enters into the good for that ocean, which is filled with the real nectar. Who does diving mean? In diving into the ocean that we have already seen, that is, you have to go beyond the body, breath, even Puryashtaka, Sunya, etc. So I think the time is over. Should I read more or?
He thinks it's we've had an hour, Dada. I think you've given us a lot now. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. If there's any questions anybody would like to ask, please unmute your mics.
दादाजी नमस्ते। जी
Namaste.
नमस्ते। So once a person becomes a realized yogi, so does he see the Devis of the Navavarana of the Avarana inside him?
See,
Antarbhaisata sarvam vyapi Narayanasthitah. Yeah, inside, outside, everywhere is the universe. I understand. But
yes.
does he actually see?
So it is a type of a sadhana. If you are doing the sadhana of, you say, bhakti, then according to your perception of the deity, you can see it. You can see it, that deity live, either inside or outside. Even one of my Tishya, I mean lady Tishya, she has seen the Devi outside. And she has a very nice experience. So this is because of bhakti. And those who are doing for Gnana, they get the Advaita Sthiti. Advaita means you are spread out into the universal and universe, and you both become one, Advaita. So I think that Tishya is also there. I think, let me ask, what is her experience? Khyatiben is there? Is there a Khyatiben listening? Hello? Khyatiben is there? Piyush Bhai and Khyatiben, both are there.
Can you hear us?
Can you just say what you
No,
have
the
seen the
video
Devi?
is but you can hear us.
There is a little sound, but you can just say. So tell your experience.
I was doing the research in this field, and I was.
Khyatiben, you'll have to come a bit closer to the mic, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Are you able to hear?
Yeah. Come closer.
Yes. No?
There is a feedback noise is coming. Yeah, you can go on. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So actually, I was. I have been. So I had the Diksha by Yogeśvara. And I was.
Khyatiben, sorry to disturb you.
Sorry.
Have another device.
There is two mics are there, I think,
Maybe a telephone is on or something.
or something is on. Feedback is coming.
I am changing it to the telephone now. Okay, so now I think
That's better.
it's
Fine.
better. Actually, I was given Purnavishek by Śrī Yogeśvara Bhaṭṭāraka, and I was doing Trishati actually, and actually my husband had gone to Chennai. Piyush had gone to Chennai, and he had met Śrī Yogeśvara Bhaṭṭāraka, and he just met him, and he was aware. Actually, he at that level would be knowing everything. So he came to know that I am also into Sri Vidya. So he said, both of you do this Trishati for 15 days. So 300 times, 15 days. And in those 15 days, you do it for 300 Trishati. And he came back from Chennai, and he told me that this Śrī Yogeśvara Bhaṭṭāraka asked us to do it for 300 times. We are supposed to do. I said I used to do it Trishati, but then I was not aware of the meanings, and I mean just reciting that way is not just enough. Only you should feel the emotions and everything. If you are aware of the meanings and all, then only it makes a sense. So I started reading a lot about that, and talked to Yogeśvara Bhai also, and then started reading about that. And then I decided, he had told that you had to start on so and so day. Then we both of us started, and my husband was traveling. So, and maybe I thought whether he'll get time or not, but I'll do it at least. So I took up that for 15 days, and it was taking too long because the pronunciations are different, and Sanskrit, we are not used to speaking that way. So, and that verbally speaking and recite, I mean, with the proper emotions, and I should feel the emotions, then only it makes a sense. So that way I started reciting every day. So every day 23 shatis I started doing for 15 days, because I had to do it 300 times. So it used to take me, because of pronunciations and all, and speaking properly, it was taking me too much of time. So, and still almost 4 hours or so every day. And but then I decided I want to do it. Then on the last day, when I completed, it was the 15th day, and the last Shati when I was doing, I was sitting in my living room. It has a double height and all. And suddenly, when it was over, I felt as if it has double height. So I felt as if the huge Devi, I mean, the whole in front of me, with such a, I mean, in the double height, I felt her presence that way. So I was all alone. My husband was not there, and I was all alone. So I was, I mean, suddenly thought, what happened suddenly? So, I mean, in such a massive scale, I saw her. And then when my husband came next day, I told him that I felt this. He said, we'll talk to Yogeśvara Bhai. And if he feels right, we can talk to Śrī Yogeśvara Bhaṭṭāraka also. Then we talked to both of them. Then he said, yeah, this was a great experience, because now that you felt outside, you should feel that inside. So that you are on that right path, he said. So that way I had that sort of experience after doing Trishati. And now, even when I was doing, even at that time also, in the night, almost every day, I used to get up at 4:40. Suddenly I used to get up and I was reciting some such verses which I was not at all aware also. But still it started coming up in my mind during early in the mornings. So, and then after 15 days, suddenly I had this sort of experience. So that after Purnabhishek, I mean, there are lots. I mean, I experienced so many changes. I mean, this really, it makes a lot of difference after Purnabhishek. There are, I mean, and I enjoy doing this. Doing every day Trishati, and it's almost completely I recite every day without reading. Mentally I recite every day, and I do this Mahashoda Nyas also. I recite without reading from the book. That's also has come after this Trishati experience, and after this Purnabhishek. So that I'm able to do that, and I feel so much connected and feel so happy that I'm into this Sri Vidya, and with the Yogeśvara Bhai's guidance, I'm able to do enjoy the life in whatever way I want to, like. So, okay.
Thank you. So, Gopinath ji, this is a live example.
Okay.
Thank you very much for sharing that experience, Khyati Ben. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much. Wonderful experience. Okay, Dada, shall we finish today?
Yes, sure.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Jai Ambe. Thank you, everyone.
Jai Ambe.
Jai Ambe. Namaste, Dadaji. Namaste.
Jai Ambe.